Hey everyone, this is blog number 5 from Lisbon. Yeah.
I don't know what's up with him.
Lisbon. And it's about 2 o'clock in the morning right now, so
yes, which means it is
about 7 p.m. back home.
Which means, yes, it's 9:06 p.m.
Oh, look at that. I'm way off.
Back at home. We are exactly 5 hours ahead of you here.
Right.
Once we get to Spain, we'll be 6 hours ahead of you.
Right.
So, as Larry said, this is blog number 5, and kind of wanted to share the day with you guys today. Quite an interesting day. So, you know, in every Latin American country, not everyone's, but most of the popular ones, they have the big statue of Jesus with his arms spread. And the first time I saw that statue, I was in Acapulco, Mexico, and we drove. The statue isn't in Acapulco, but it is in a part of Mexico. And we hired a car and they drove us there. And at that time I was in awe, like, wow, because I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. So anyway, they have one here in Portugal. And I said, Larry, we gotta go see it. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. But I wanted to go see it for a reason. And I'll share that with you in a second. So anyway, we go.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite interesting. When you park the car, you step out of the car and they have like a little area where people are either buying food or drinks or whatever, a little boutique shop. And then they have like these little squared
it's just areas that you stand in.
Yeah, like little areas where you stand, and they're playing. Well, you're hearing like a mass coming from the speaker in these like little areas. And you know, they're doing their not Ave Maria, but they're doing all that spooky stuff, you know, all that spooky music. And I was just like, okay, this is okay, all right. So I was like, I ain't recording that. So I was like, Larry, let's go. So anyway, we go, and it's an amazing statue. Now, they don't all look the same. I mean, they're not all architected the same. If you go to different, like Brazil.
Well, the one in Brazil and the one here are architected the same.
Okay.
But he's looking down.
Yeah, so they're different in the sense that it's the same with his arms spread, but how the foundation is built is not necessarily the same. The statue itself is a little bit similar. So anyway, you know, I was like, man, you know, there were a lot of people there. But, you know, now that I have the knowledge that I had, and I know in Exodus 20 verse 4, it says we shouldn't have any graven images. We should not bow to those idols and images of anything or anyone, whether it's in heaven or here on earth. And I'm just like, or underneath the earth. And I'm just like, wow, you know, Jesus, you know, okay, so let me backtrack. So with that being said, right, and you have these humongous statues of Jesus or Mary or whoever else that they have, you know, we're not supposed to be bowing down to those things. And it was a sight to see, because, you know, in this statue, you know, you can go up to the middle of the statue. You can take the elevator up. And once you get there, you are at the foot of the statue. So just imagine when you come up out of the elevator and you walk up a couple of steps and then you walk outside, you're literally at the base of the foot of the statue of Jesus. So when you look up, it's like right there. And you know. That's
the whole point of this. The whole point is for you to look up.
Yeah, they want you to look up.
They want you to look up.
But the other crazy part about it is how the sun is positioned the entire time. Now I know that has nothing to do, you know, we don't control the sun.
Yeah, but they built it too.
But how it was built to position is how the sun just really shone. And I'll share some pictures with you guys on Facebook. But it is a sight to see, and I'm just like, wow. And then they have like little chapels in the place and you have people in there, they're like really praying and they're bowing down and they're using their rosary beads. And then when you walk into the gift shop, they're selling rosary beads and they're selling all these images. And I was just like, man, you know, when you come into some knowledge, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you know, and that's why I'm sharing it, because there are some folks that I know that you know, they pray to Mary or they pray to Jesus, and they have all these statues in their homes.
Fatima.
And Fatima, and we don't know that we should not be doing it, even though the Bible says it. Some people probably have never read it. So I'm sharing it with you right now. Exodus 20 verse 4. Just that verse alone tells you we should not be doing stuff like that. But you know, it was a very moment. I mean, you know, I wasn't, you know, praying or bowing down, but it just made me realize, you know, how people get so wrapped up in all of this. What was your take, honey?
Well, look, when I got there, I mean, I don't really care for much of those places, but it's good for me to be there because, you know, I had a different change of mind when I got there. I didn't want to go, didn't care for it. However, it was free plus $10. Free meaning that you can go there, watch the statue all you want, but if you want to go to the top, you got to pay $10. I mean, it was very inexpensive. But for me, it was just a matter of seeing that threefold, or the two great errors that Sister White speaks about, the two great errors that she talks about in the Great Controversy, Sunday sacredness and spiritualism. Those are the two great errors, Sunday sacredness and spiritualism.
Well, I want to piggyback off of what Larry said, because there was a little room when you walk in the door, and I'll share these pictures too, and they have little little signs, and I saw the common good listed over and over and over again. And I'm like, people are not getting the fact that, you know, the papacy wants us in this common good. And I mean, pushing for this common good. And I mean, it's everywhere. And they're baptizing people for the sake of the common good. I mean, you know, I was just
that
like...
word baptized for the sake of the common good. They're not just putting people in sprinkling people with water for the common good. It's the mind. They're baptizing the minds for the common good.
And the artist who depicted a lot of these signages, these pictures, whatever, I don't know if signages is a word, but literally was depicting them. It was like spirits. It wasn't even like angels.
Yeah,
it was just like spirits in how it was depicted. But you know, when we go away to different countries, we go see different stuff. And I mean, we do it more so for education. But I do it just to kind of help remind me of why we shouldn't be doing certain things. Like why we shouldn't be bowing down. If there's a statue of Jesus, none of us should be praying to Jesus. Bow down in front of Jesus, a statue. Nobody.
It's a cement statue.
Right, you know, but I mean, the whole point of the matter is just kind of a reminder that, I mean, culturally, you know, a lot of these countries are mostly Catholics, and they believe that they're doing the right thing because they haven't heard any different. And if they have, they really haven't taken the time out to do their own study. So I'm not trying to bash anybody at all. I'm just trying to say, you know, with knowledge comes wisdom. Or with wisdom comes knowledge.
With knowledge comes wisdom and understanding, right? And the Bible tells us that we ought to attain wisdom, and with wisdom have understanding. Yep. So we need to have that. Yeah, like I said, it was educational. It was something that we learned today that, you know, God is so good. He's given us His Word to be able to see a lot of these things. I mean, like I say, it's steeped in spiritualism. There's no getting away when you go to those places. The things you see, it's like, wow, I can really... People don't realize it for those who don't know, right? Because the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 that this is a spiritual, the discernment. You have to have spiritual discernment. You just can't, the foolish or the unwise won't know. They won't know. And the thing about it is for us to let them know, right? It's for us to share this with them, to share this gospel. But that was our first part of the day, right? We went out to, what's it called? The statue of Christo?
It's called Christo Rio. Christo Rio. R-E-I.
Because we're in Portugal, so it was Cristo Rio in Spanish, right? And like if you go to
Cristo
Rio, if you go to South America, like my wife was telling you, Mexico and Acapulco, right? And what's the other one in Brazil, right? Mm-hmm. I believe there's one in Argentina.
Yes, there's one in Argentina.
So if you go there, it's Cristo Rio, R-I-O. Here in Portugal, because the Spanish and Portuguese are almost as close as similar, they're very
Italian. They have a mix of all of that here.
So if you come here, it's Cristo Rio, right? Yeah. With a E, I believe.
Is it R-E-I?
So you have that Cristo Rio, right? So you have that here, but I'm telling you, it's really the same thing. And when I put this on Facebook, you'll see what we're talking about. The other part is that we did go to a place called
Sintra,
right? Sintra, Portugal. And it was very, very pretty. I mean, gorgeous place, lots of castles there. We ended up taking a tour bus out there and took a tour of the castle. I just thought it was a lot of people. You gotta understand it was a tourist area. It was very boring. Very boring. I was so bored. They gave us these little head plugs, right? And I just took the head plugs off and just started walking around.
So they gave us the head plugs because our tour guide, she speaks 4 languages, which I thought was cool. So she did the tour in all 4 languages. She started off with English, so we got to hear.
I still couldn't understand it.
We got to hear everything first. Then she did it in Portuguese. Then she did it in Spanish. And then she did it in Dutch, which I thought was awesome. I understood 3 of the Dutch words that she said. So I was like, I'm on fire here.
Danke.
Yeah. So it was a little boring though.
Understated.
It was boring. However, when people say, when you go into Portugal, go there. However, I think had we got on the hop-on, hop-off bus, we would have had a little bit more fun.
How you going to get more fun on hop-on? You have to hop on. It'd take you 30 seconds.
Here's the reason why. The hop-on, hop-off bus, they let you hop off, and you spend as much time as you want in that one spot, and another bus will come. They come every 30 minutes to an hour. So you can stay at whatever spot you want for however long you want until the last bus.
Yeah, but that was just one bus to that one place.
No, that's what I'm saying. So hop on, hop off. It takes you to different many sites. You hop off, you take your pictures, you do whatever, you eat lunch, whatever you want, and you hop back on when you're ready. That's my suggestion. But we only had 2 days here, 2.5 days here. So if I ever had to come back to Portugal, I would go another place like Porto.
I'll drive. I'd rather drive.
Somewhere.
I'm a driver. I like to have that control. I just felt that the trip was, it was good for what it was worth.
You can see any country in 48 hours.
Yeah, it was good for what it was worth. However, it's just the fact that we couldn't understand the lady in English as well as we couldn't understand the other 4 languages, 3 of the languages she spoke. And, it was just a lot of people that was there. So they kind of rushed us through this whole thing because we got to rush. And then
the lady was mean to us.
And then I met a very rude lady. I never.
This is strike number 6 for him. We've only been here for 2 days and he's got like 6 strikes already.
but it looked like a kitchen. She could have said, no, this is like the pot and pan storage room, right? Because you're in a castle. You could have had the kitchen in a whole different place and the pot and pan storage room in this place. So I come in and I said, are we in the kitchen? Is this, And she says, don't talk to me. Go to your to your person. I don't know you. You don't belong to me. Excuse me? That was what she said to me. And I'm like, okay, that was rude. And everybody kind of looked up and was like, and then she's laughing, like she was laughing at me. She's pointing up to the people that she's with, because we're in a tour group, so she's with her group in front of my group, the group that I'm in. And she's laughing with the people in her group about me. Like, this guy here, look at this guy here, this guy. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then when we went outside, the tour was over of the castle.
I saw her by herself. So
she's by herself. Taisha's like, should we beat her up? And I'm like, nah, babe, let's.
I didn't say that. I was just like, she's by herself. Maybe this is an opportunity,
So I go there.
Talk to her.
I go over there and I said, hello, hi, can you help me? And then she goes, I don't have time for you. I'm doing the work. Get out of my face. Go. Leave me alone.
She was really rude.
And I'm like, you are very rude.
He said that, and she says yes. She said yes, I know, or something like that. She was like, I know.
What?
Or thank you. She said something.
No, she said, I know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, this is supposed to be Sintra. It's a very nice, quaint town, and it's supposed to be very nice people. Nice people. I didn't have a problem. Our tour guide was very nice.
Yes,
I thought she was very nice. Louise was very nice. Shout out to you, Louise. You were very nice. And then when I told Louise about this lady, Louise says, oh, yes, I know that lady for centuries. We've been friends for centuries. She is crazy. She was crazy when she was young, and she's a whole lot crazy now that she's
decades,
old.
Centuries.
But she said centuries.
Okay.
She
probably meant decades.
No, she knows. Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's old that, centuries.
I was gonna say.
Unless they live in that castle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that. So, we just had a really long, it was nice. And then we went back to Sintra. We had dinner over there. The food was good. I thought the food was good.
Man, we went to this vegan spot called The Healthy Life. What's it? Local Health or something like that. And we got the red curry tofu.
Red
Thai curry tofu with whole wheat rice and fresh broccoli, you name it, onions, cilantro. Fresh. Like so fresh. You were like tasting every bit. That thing was so good. So
very
shout
good.
Out to
local healthy food.
Local health.
Very good stuff.
Food was great.
I recommend you go there. And then there was another restaurant we went to last night that was very delicious as well. If you ever in Lisbon. But we just have, we drove around again. We went back to Sintra again.
We did.
We went back to Sintra. So we went back to Cascais, where we went to. It was very pretty out there.
Oh, that's where the wealthy
people.
Americans, actually, they have a population of 35,000. Most of them are Americans, or highly ranked, wealthy Portuguese. And it's beautiful over there.
Now, if you want to move to Portugal into the mountains, we were today in Cabo and Sintra. Home out there will cost you about 300,000 to 400,000 euros, which is quite about almost the same as what we do in America. But the difference is, the quality of life here in Portugal is a whole lot better than in America. Just saying. The only really big crimes they deal with here is pickpocketing. Now that could be big for many, but that's really the only biggest thing that they deal with here. They don't really have a lot of crime here.
People are still walking the streets. We rolled up in here about a little after 1 a.m. and people were still out. And
you wonder why we're up, because we're still on American time. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're slowly get on this time, because we'll be in this time zone. Actually 6 hours when we go back to Spain. We'll be in that time zone for like another
So yeah, just wanted to share that, right?
Yep.
Wanted to share that day with you guys. Look forward for vlog number 6 tomorrow morning or something like that. I don't know. When you guys wake up, you'll see another one. We'll be leaving out to the airport to head to Madrid. Back to Madrid we go. So, peace and hollerations to you guys.
Love,
God bless you guys.
And chicken grease.
God bless you guys.
Vegan chicken grease.
Continue to keep Mount Carmel Ministries in prayer. Thank you very much, guys. Love y'all.
Peace.